Welcome to Our Lives. I'm Gwen Edwards. My guest today is an educator and an author with a passion for history. While researching his own family ancestry, he made some remarkable discoveries. Dennis Richmond Jr., thank you for joining us here today on Our Lives.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Tell us about your deep roots in Greenwich.
It all started in 2008 when I was watching Roots with my dad, and I thought to myself, I probably have ancestors who were around 100 and 200 years ago. And after researching at 13 years old, all the way to now, and I'm 28, it turns out that my ancestors have been in Greenwich, Connecticut, going all the way back to at least the Revolutionary War.
Give us more details about these relatives.
My great-great-grandfather, John Sherman Merritt, was born in December of 1889, the 28th to be exact, in Greenwich, and he worked 4 jobs. So there was a huge paper trail on him. Not only that, but there were a lot of pictures as well. And I'm excited to say that to this day, my family still has a plethora of photographs of my ancestors in Greenwich from the 20s, 30s, and 40s.
And what were some of the surprising things you learned while doing your research?
Where do I begin? One of the most interesting, or two rather, of the most interesting things that I learned when researching would have been, one, my great-great-great-grandmother, 3 times great, was a poet. And yes, I was able to find some of her poems, which was extremely exciting to me. And the second would be that my 6 times great-grandparents not only had quite a bit of wealth in this late 17 and early 1800s, but that they joined a church in Connecticut as well, and that the records still exist. That's mind-blowing to me. I'm able to actually touch the books and pinpoint the exact documents that my ancestors are mentioned on. And what more can I ask for?
Give us a little more information about the church and the community that they were a part of.
Luckily, because my family's been around Greenwich for so long, they've attended quite a few churches. The most significant church, and when I say significant, I mean that because they've been there for generations, longer than any other church, is Little Bethel AME Church on Lake Avenue. And that church released a book during the Harlem Renaissance. And in that book, they had not only pictures, but information about their members. And my ancestors were mentioned in that book.
How does it feel to be able to reach out and touch your history, touch your ancestors?
It's really moving. And it's really moving because I feel like there's a narrative that certain people come from a certain history, but with this particular part of my family, I didn't see cotton fields in the South, and I didn't see sharecropping, but I saw business owners, which was exciting for me. I saw folks who were working in real estate offices. You know, I saw people who didn't fit the narrative of what I thought I would find researching, people who were free prior to the Civil War. It not only has improved my self-concept as a young man in America, but in a sense, it's also given me the fuel to move forward. Anytime I do see myself getting a little upset or a little depressed, I think back at the legacy that they left for me. How could I fail or drop the ball when they have passed it on to me?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.